Alright everyone, Woodleague Warriors today! We get Thrall with Trash Lightning immediately. God, I love it. I'm gonna explain in just a second what exactly we're actually watching here, but let's introduce the teams and the players first. This is a best of 3 series. On the left we have the Sops with Chrome Scale on Sonya. We have Jaina, played by the Janitor. Snezeglarn on ETC, Cygnus on Brightwing, and Sopmeister on Hanzo, a team apparently named after him. For the Nation Squad, over on the right side with LGM on Gul'dan, we got Pedro on Thrall, Please Don't Kill Me on Liming, Slywalker on Deckard, and this is playing others. So, this is Division 5 within Heroes Lounge. There is no Division 7 anymore. The old school viewers amongst you might remember the good old Division 7 games. Again, I'm going to go over what that is in a moment. But this has been merged into Division 5. So, Division 5 is the new Division 7, and we're just going to call it from here on out Woodleague Warriors. So, Heroes Lounge is an amateur scene, an amateur league for Heroes of the Storm players. And they obviously have different divisions for different skill levels, and this is the lowest one that they offer. Now, not everybody here is on a bronze level. There's a lot of these guys, you know, that are like plat, some are silver, some of them are actual bronzies, but the games are sometimes hilarious. Now, every time when we're going at the top level of play, there's always, you know, comments from people that are like, oh my god, I'm better than this, oh, I would kill these people. And it's every now and then good to look at the lower end of at the lower end of the spectrum. So right now we're going to take a little bit of a look at what exactly the Subs are going to do against the Donation Squad. And as I said before, some of these games are just absolutely hilarious. We have Thrall with Trash Lightning as a level 1 talent, so that's already something you're not going to see on a higher end play. Maybe every now and then in the Blue Moon you're going to see a Thrall with Trash Lightning on Battlefield of Eternity, but on a map like Dragonshire, that's definitely not a thing. So already some camp clear actions, and it seems like Sopmeister was barely able to get out there before he got taken out. We have at the top still a 1v1 lane established. Sonya is actually gonna die here. They're not quite sure who's gonna fall, but it's Sonya. So yeah, that should already not happen. But the side lane Arthur's play that we're seeing here now, the tank on the side lane instead of Thrall, is taking down Sonya. So the entire idea, I guess, why Arthur's is at the top is because they said, hey, Thrall needs to stack. So we need to have Thrall in the bot lane, and we can't have him on the solo lane, so Arthur's, you need to take over, and he's like, okay, hold my beer. Now, in the meantime, we have more stacks coming in also for Gul'dan, who's currently sitting at 10 over here. ETC has gone straight into Speed Metal as his level 4 ability, and up to now at least, the game is still fairly even. Oh, Thrall! He went too deep! Yeah, he's done. So Thrall is getting kicked around as the red team applied a bit of pressure with the double channel on the shrines. So Thrall is by now at 5 stacks. Again, not really a great number. If he's able to complete this over the course of the game, he is of course going to do a lot of poke damage against the opponent. And well, that's dead Hanzo, so that came a little bit out of nowhere. Please don't kill me with a very nice shot, and Hanzo's gone. Oh, and another attempt forward. I mean, maybe a little bit hyper-aggressive what we're getting there. If ETC is able to sniff that play out at some point and punish her with a quick slide, that would work nicely. Sonya, by the way, wants a revenge kill at the top, but couldn't so far against Arthur's. And here in the middle, they're setting back up to trying, of course, to keep experience up. These are actually two teams that find themselves not only at the, well, in Division 5 of Heroes Lounge, so the bottom division, but I think in the current season that they're playing out, they're also towards the bottom half of the spectrum there. Now, we'll see over the course of the best of 5 how well they're going to do with decision making then in the late game, but there are still a couple of clips around, I think, from previous low-level games that we cast in Heroes Lounge, and believe me, some of this stuff is just absolutely amazing, so we'll see what we're going to get there. Brightwing, apparently a bit of a glutton for punishment, just keeps staying there as Liming fires away one combo after another with a double control for the blue team. They are hoping to get a Dragonite. That didn't really work out. And Liming, no! Seeker as the level 7 talent. No! So yeah, we're getting Seeker for her. Sonya is down at the top again. Arthur's with another kill, just as we saw Gul'dan fall over here in the mid lane. And now is the time to maybe go for Dragon Knight number 1. It's a 4 versus 4 on the map. Liming busy down at the bottom. Brightwing has in the meantime gone into the Sticky Flare after Dream Shot and Hyper Shift. When it comes to build, we certainly have some changes here looking at the entire lineup. Hunger for Power, 7 stacks for Thralls. Our boy is still struggling a bit here. But apparently he wants a little bit of meat, wants to prepare a burger, so my man is trying to go shopping. And is actually stacking a little bit faster now, gets an 8 stack, so we're getting somewhere. Sonya at the top is back to business and is still struggling against Arthur's here. So she's definitely having a bit of trouble. Goes for a Life Bundle as her level 7 choice. And is still having some problems against Arthur, who's just running the show. Slide in the middle on the other hand. Pedro! No, and he's down. Vaya con Dios. So Pedro is gone, 3 kills to 3. And the teams are slowly starting to get a bit closer to heroic abilities when the real fun is going to begin. Slight experience advantage for a moment for the Sops. As up at the top, it's a trap! The Admiral Akbar moment in the game. There's the slide, and they really didn't like Arthur's. Sonya apparently has been whining into the headset the entire time, asking for help, and they finally were able to grant her some assistance. So that's Arthur's already gone. Level 10 is going to kick in. Now, they lost something at the bottom when they were going for the kill. They lost the Siege Giant camp, which Sopmeister is now going to try and take out by himself. So he's already moving in for it. Thrall has moved over towards the right side to try and get himself a camp. It's going to take him a moment. But it's level 10 for the blue team that we're now worried about the most. Leap! Of course it's Leap! They go Leap. We're going to go for some nice aggression from Sonya. And, well, let's see what the rest of the team is going to lock in. They're a little bit hesitant here, you know? They want to keep the opponent guessing. They're going to quick pick later. Lul Nado for all the Lulz from Deckard Cain. We're getting a quick stage dive from ETC as Sonya at the top is fighting again against Arthur's. Oh, the Rain of Destruction! Fantastic! And he immediately uses it! Oh my god, RNGesus says hello. Rain on 10 for Gul'dan, and he drops it right away. Gotta love the optimism here. Well, if you can't land a Horrify, you know. They get a Dragon Knight as Arthur's at the top lane, fully under control, and they took the bottom of the map out. So now we have Thrall with a quick punt over here. First objective could help them to take the wall out. I suppose that the idea is going to be to use Earthquake to slow people down and then combo it off with the Rain. And then, you know, just like try and, yeah, get as much value out of it as possible. If that's going to be a winning strategy or not, that's a very different story. And as some people already highlighted, well, Horrify doesn't do any damage, so it's clearly useless. Gotta go into Rain. Don't try this at home, guys. At least you shouldn't. Oh boy. It's gonna be great. He has the ult back. This is your moment. Come on, right there, right there. Push for some structures. Use your Rain of Destruction there. Thrall, by the way, is apparently showing some pity to the opponent. There's the next stack. You have to use your ults when there's enemies there. Look at this, look at this. Look at Thrall. Bam. Oh god. The stage dive into nothing. It's like I can miss too. Oh. Oh my god, both teams immediately like, wait a second, hold my beer. It's like, oh shit, I missed my Earthquake, I missed my Rain, I'm gonna miss my stage dive. I love this. Woodleague Warriors, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure. So, 5 kills to 3. And, I mean, again, there is an idea behind this, okay? So, they are trying to slow people down with an Earthquake, and then they are trying to use Rain. The problem is, they have to sync this up a little bit differently if they actually want to get value out of it and come in a bit harder than the way they did. Now, if you execute this differently, then I think they got a chance there. But you also have to just monitor a little bit who are you going for. Oh, that arrow goes nowhere. And they're trying to get the kill on Thrall. Who's on 13 stacks now. Not even halfway done. And bites the dust. So Thrall is gone. We got 6 kills to 3. We have level 13 already in the midst. And we get a Stormfront. Increases the cast range of Blizzard. Okay, yeah, I remember that talent. I haven't seen that talent in several years, but I remember it. That's a good thing when you're casting something a little bit different. You actually find that there are some... I talk about talents. I glance over to Li Ming, and of course she's gone into Glass Cannon. Absolutely amazing. Oh, great. So, we're gonna get apparently a full-on Blizzard play from Jaina. She's gonna follow up with a level 16 talent as well, I assume. Glass Cannon for Li Ming. And Deckard Kane has gone into the super healing potions. I like super healing potions. So the former Diablo player. Ah, that's an earthquake right there. Did you see that? That needed a rain of air. Okay, that was only one target. They killed it anyways. ETC goes down. But now we're talking. Pedro, my man. Look at that. Yeah, he definitely did a lot of work here. And honestly, I can absolutely... You can tell. This guy, you know, he's resilient. He's not afraid of anything. And came in, showed no fear in the face of danger, took ETC out. Was the earthquake too much? You can always argue that, but honestly, who cares? Looked good, was great, was a kill, worth it. 15 stacks for him, also fantastic. By now we're having Gul'dan locking in a second Dragonite. He's, by the way, nearly done with the level 1 choice. And then... Wait, what? What just happened? What? What? Did he just fat finger? They gave that up on purpose for some reason, right? I don't know what's going on here. Whoa! Oh, and goodbye, Arthur. So, Arthur goes down. Sonya with the leaf. Stage dive by ETC. Okay, jumps into 4. Jumps right into the Rain of Vengeance, but he's gonna be fine. Arrow from the top, and Sonya comes in and follows up with a quick spear. So, 7 kills to 4. We got level 16 in. I know 11 minutes into the game here, but I am absolutely confused. Like, I think the strategy here for the donation squad was... I mean, again, they are called the donation squad. They donated a Dragonite. That's what they did. I mean, normally you would then assume they give it to the opponent, but I guess in this case they just gave it up. Li Ming gets absolutely hammered. Glass Cannon, of course, also playing a bit of a role there. But, yeah, apparently they're trying to confuse the opponent to an extent that they don't know what's going on anymore. And I have to admit, it's working, at least on me. So they get the Dragonite, and they just said, like, nah. Gul'dan tried it out, and he's like, yeah, I don't like it. So, Hanzo wants that kill. They got Kane with a little nado, throwing a couple of books around here. There's the slide! And even the water elemental gets popped, so they're really gunning for Deckard Kane. But they're not able to get a kill here. Thrall is back up, dealing with a couple of creep camps. He's by now on 15 stacks, so it's halfway done. We have Mirror Ball for Li Ming. And actually, we didn't get the follow-up from Jaina. She went for the Numbing Blast on level 16, so not going into a full Blizzard build with this one. Alright, fair enough. So only the level 13 talent that apparently she was looking at here. Has already Ice Block, so that's another one that they can use. Arrow is missing. Thrall gets the Earthquake out. Whoa! Stage dive after leap, and Pedro is dead. The Rain of Vengeance, tons of damage, and they're actually getting a kill. They're taking down it's a triple, baby. ETC, Brightwing, Jaina, and also Sonya all gone. Big slaughter here. And that backfired hard on the blue team. They lost way too much in that, and that should be another... Actually, I don't even know if they're going for Dragonite. Maybe it's better to not waste any time there, considering what they did with the last one. We have Khaldor now on 50,000 damage. Top damage in the game. They're already pushing down at the bottom of the map. Top fort is gonna fall to the camp alone. And Arthur's... Are they going for the Dragonite? No, they're getting to the shrines, and then they don't get the Dragonite. Ingenious. Nobody is gonna see that coming. Maybe now? Is Thrall picking it up on his way? I think they need to read what the objective does. I know these guys have been around for a while, but okay, Thrall is gonna get it. Yeah, that's my man. And is he gonna keep it? That's the bigger question. Is he gonna keep it? And the answer is... yes. Okay, so apparently they decided to finally put this one to use. Keep at the bottom of the map is gone, just as everybody respawns for the Sops. There's another quick slide coming. Arthas has been pushing the top lane and is now being met by Jaina. But the Dragonite is slowly coming in over here. I was busy in the middle for just a moment, thinking he could maybe take part of that keep out. Alright, rest of them is also jumping in. Rain of Vengeance, Rain of Destruction is, by the way, still up. So could theoretically be used if they are trying to push for another keep. Nice hit on ETC. Let's see what they can do here. When it comes to builds, Khaldor has followed up on 16 to get the synergy with his level 1 talent. So we now have, after Echoed Corruption, also the Ruinous Affliction. And there's the rain again! Let it rain, baby! Yeah, they just gave up the Dragonite to get the Earthquake out here. They are actually getting some damage in on this thing. They might take down the second keep too. The Donation Squad on level 20. And they're making moves. Yes, the Deep Impact right there. Give me those slows. Could have waited it out maybe a bit longer. Uh-oh. Slaywalker in trouble. And he survives. Deckard Cain is still alive. ETC is getting wrecked. We got the Earth and Shield in. An arrow this time full into the face of Deckard Cain, and the red team is really starting to lose some ground here. They gotta be careful or this is gonna be turned around against them. Thrall is already gone, and so is Gul'dan. So double Orc is going down, and the blue team is on the chase, but Chrome Scale nearly getting murdered. Level 20 finally also for the team in blue. So we're gonna get some Storm Talents on their end as well. The Deep Chill for Li Ming, for Jaina. The rest of the team is coming through with a Speedy Dragon. Yeah, no Invisible Friends for Brightwing today, so Speedy Dragon for Brightwing. They're getting play of the game. Haven't seen that one in a hot second either. So there's a lot of talents actually kicking in here that we haven't seen in a long time. I mean, we'll see what we're gonna do with that. Top side, somebody has to deal at least with the catapult. We're now 16 minutes in, so red team hasn't lost any forts yet. But now that we're moving through the bottom of the map, let's see what we're gonna get in the next encounter, because it seems certainly like we're gonna get our next team fight. They're already trying to cut them off here. Arthas is moving in, and he went on level 20 into Death's Advance. So is really trying to play a whole lot now through his Frozen Tempest here. Li Ming is gone. They are going for Jaina, and Jaina is dead as well. So Jaina is gone. Arthas finds himself in a lot of trouble though, because he's fully surrounded now by the opponent. And he might get some help for Thrall, but Arthas is actually about to get... nah, he's not going to get out here. Even with the Earthquake used by Thrall, that's just not happening. So Arthas is gone. Rain of Vengeance, nice. That's actually doing a lot. Rain of Destruction, sorry. Again, I've never seen this talent. Rain of Destruction is in. And they're getting some real good damage out with it too, but they couldn't save Thrall. Couldn't get a counter kill either, so 3 heroes dead on the side of the Donation Squad. And no donating a few too many things now. 19 stacks for Thrall. I mean, we can take a quick look at his damage output too. He's at 37,000, so really it's not all that great. I said it before, but this is not the talent that you normally see on a map like this. If you want to play it, then it's traditionally on maps that have only 2 lanes, because you're much more likely to end up, depending on your laning setup, in a situation where you're facing off against 3 or 4 opponents, which makes it easier for you to get proper stacks in. So now the comeback is slowly starting up here. I mean, we're starting to move through 24 kills in, by the way. At the top lane with a quick push from Sopmeister. As over here in the middle, it's the Dragonite that is hammering away against the mid lane fort. Now, Li Ming is back and can fire from a distance. They need to keep her far away from the opponent. Especially, of course, from Sonya. If one leap connects and Sonya connects a spear as a follow-up, then Li Ming is essentially already dead after the next slam. Really easy to pretty much one-shot her with Glass Cannon, depending on what else contributes to the damage output there. But we got 71,000 damage for Gul'dan. He might not get the most target damage out here with his ult, but he is getting damage out, so there's that. Now, here comes the arrow, and it's missing again. He's saving the good arrows for the next game. Quick ass kicking here for Thrall as he gets kicked away, but look at the damage, and is it a kill? Oh, Gul'dan with a few kills here would have been fantastic, but no. Weren't able to do anything on this. So Dragonite is over. They got 2 forts out of it, which isn't too bad. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that the blue team is down to their last keep, but at least they were able to do some damage here. We're now 18, 19 minutes into the game. This will make a few plays. ETC is hard thing back. was uncertain why. It seemed like he was in full mana and health. Could have just walked. That lazy bastard. Honestly, him walking back into the team is probably the same time investment here. But Thrall is done with his level 16 quest again for now. Okay, there's a nice jump. Where's Gul'dan's ult? On cooldown. Yeah, you don't want to see that. They might be trapped here. So they got to be mega careful now. Quick, nice Howling Blast from Arthas against Sonya. Oh, Brightwing was low. That speedy little dragon over here might have a problem. Where's Jaina? Gul'dan came in with another quick hit. Gets that out. So the red team is really just pushing. They're really trying to apply the pressure right now, put them into a bit of a chokehold, and they do. We're 20 minutes into the game nearly. And this is, I think, where they're going to try and end things. If they can get a good setup. Now, there's a couple of ults that are still on cooldown. Gul'dan at least could unleash another Rain of Destruction over here. And since it's upgraded and also slow, so there's a few potential follow-ups that he could go for. Potions everywhere. A lot of super healing potions. Top side, yeah, they're pushing through the bridge of death. Don't want to do that too much, or Sonya is going to have an absolute prime time here and can possibly hit multiple targets. But they're going for Arthas. He has his ult on cooldown. Bit of a problem for him. Sonya is moving in again. Is she going to use Leap here? Might have to jump out, considering how much damage she currently eats from Gul'dan. Who's at 88,000 damage now. And here comes the Rain. Rain of Destruction is in. More of a zoning rain than anything else. I mean, I guess it scratched the core at least a little bit in theory, but I'm not quite sure what he was trying to hit with that. Maybe he was trying to buy them a little bit of time and space. Gul'dan is not able to get a kill, but Jaina is. So in the mage battle, she's currently ahead there, taking down Deckard Cain, which means that they don't have sustain any longer with this push. So maybe now the comeback continues. And just as a quick reminder, the subs are actually ahead in kills. They have 5 kills ahead. They have lost a lot of structures, but when it comes to the just kill count, they are dominating this. Problem is that the top keep is now also going to get lost in a second. Catapults take it out. So that means keep is gone too. That is bad news, of course. Not a single structure left except for your core, so if you don't get the objective now and you are doing serious damage to the opponent's infrastructure, you can essentially kiss this one goodbye, because as time ticks in, everything is scaling and they are gonna face off against stronger and stronger catapults and just like lanes. So top side, the 1v1. Dragon Knight has been taken by the red team. Yeah, that should really not happen to you. I understand that they're being pushed back by the lane minions, but still, if you are ahead with a 5 versus 4 situation in the game, you shouldn't lose the Dragon Knight. Somebody should cover the middle and move in there. So now they have to see how they can properly defend against this, but it also takes an opportunity away from the subs to potentially come back into the game. So yeah, the hits are slowly coming. Dragon Knight still fine for now, but lost a lot of hit points. Gets maybe 1 or 2 attacks off against the core, and then it's gonna be gone. But here comes the Rain of Destruction, and Gul'dan is going for the W with the rest of the team. The Donation Squad, they're losing a couple of heroes. They're way behind when it comes to kills. They're not actually finishing. They're losing 3. 3 are down. The core's at 37. Apparently the right clicks didn't really come through the way that they should. So they still haven't been able to end the game here. But of course, the lanes are absolutely pushed back. In a 5 versus 2 situation, they gotta go for something. I don't really care what you're attacking, but you need to keep one hero behind for defense. And then you need to do something. Take that bottom fort out at least. Take a couple of the cams. Go for a keep, whatever it is. However much time you think that you have in order to pull something like that off, you need to do any of this. So stealing the camp away, that's already pretty nice. So this is pretty cool. That will allow them to push for the bottom fort. And that's the absolute minimum here. I have no idea how the core is at 17%. It had 37. So somebody was asleep on the wheel and didn't defend when they should. Apparently they let a catapult make it towards the core, and that one took it down even further. Yeah, that should not have happened. So now it's 18 kills to 10. Bottom of the map. I mean, guys, you gotta do something. At least take the fort. If you do nothing else, at least take the fort. What's the idea here? You're taking camps, you relieve some of the pressure on the lanes, I get it. But these catapults are gonna wreck you eventually if you're not taking out at least the bottom fort. Ideally, you want to take a keep on your head, but they didn't even do that. Gul'dan dies. Yeah, so apparently they're gonna play a little bit of Orc Whack-A-Mole right now. Gul'dan shows his face and gets immediately destroyed, so he's gone. That's still a 5 versus 4, but I don't know what the game plan here is. I mean, to be fair, I don't think they know either. So, that surprises the opponent then. They have them in a choke point, trying to get some damage in against Thrall, who might die. They need to coordinate this a little bit. ETC is still chasing the top. They could go for Thrall. They're sending the rest of the team in. Pedro is somehow still alive. The targeting is not all that great. Another slide. They go for Jaina. She's a bit isolated. Thrall falls. Ah, nice ice block, but she's still not going to make it. So there's the kill right there. We now have 20 kills to 12. Right wing is dead, and all of a sudden, Glass Cannon Li Ming is getting resets and hits in. That last fight could have been coordinated a little bit better, but the main problem that I pointed out earlier is still with us. That bot lane is going to win the game for the red team because of the continuous catapult pressure. We're now 24, 25 minutes into the game. Not only is the blue team down 2, now 3 heroes, but the catapults, the Winions, they're going to take it in just a moment. They needed to do something. They had multiple opportunities to go at least for a few structures. I'm not saying that wins them the game, but at least it keeps their hopes alive. Now they're still chasing. They could just go for the core here, which they don't, by the way. But yeah, at the bottom of the map, they're now making the play. Hanzo moved in and said, okay, I have to take the catapults out, and he did. But here comes the Rain of Destruction, and that thing is really destroying a lot. Play of the game for just a second from Hanzo. Doesn't change anything anymore here. Oh, come on, please. Like, get one hit in. What are you people doing? The shield's gone. It's at 11%. Somebody click it. And it is Gul'dan, ladies and gentlemen. That ends game number 1 in the best of 3 as the donation squad takes the lead. GG, and well played.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. The donation squad has taken the lead in a wild one, and now over on the left we got Chrome Scale on Chen. Match point, of course, for the nation squad here with the Woodleague Warriors. We got Snezaglarn on ETC, again Cygnus on Stukov, Janitor's playing Vala this time, and Sopmeister is on Sylvanas. As over on the right side of the map, it is this on Asmodan. That's an interesting choice for Battlefield of Eternity. Please Don't Kill Me on Junkrat. We got Pedro on Mal'Ganis, LGM on Nazeebo, and Slywalker is playing Oriel this time. So it's kind of interesting. Pedro actually played Thrall the last game. Now he finds himself on the main tank. I mean, they clearly went onto a Thrall main thingy or something. But yeah, either way, at this point, let's have a bit of a look on what exactly they can currently do in the second game. If, for example, Nazeebo gets into the late game and gets the stacks together, if we're seeing the same for Asmodan. Just generally, this is something that stacks quite wildly into the later parts of the game, I would assume. But yeah, Vala has gone into an arrow build. I mean, it's Battlefield of Eternity after all, so it doesn't really surprise too much. Chen is dealing with Asmodan up at the top lane. Best Chen skin, best Chen tint, the black-white. And seems like that is a kill against Junkrat. No, he lives! Junkrat is still alive. When it comes to builds, we have a spider build for LGM. Now, generally, if you're playing Nazeebo... I mean, again, some of the hero choices, let's just put this out there right now, would not happen on a higher level. Again, keep in mind, this is the lower end of the amateur scene, which makes it fairly entertaining, but also it's not necessarily something where every single pick has to make sense. A lot of these picks will be preference picks throughout the entire match. But when we're talking about Nazeebo, you don't really see him or Asmodan a lot on Battlefield of Eternity. But when you see Nazeebo here, Junkrat, first blood. When you see Nazeebo on this map, it's usually with a spider build, and the whole idea is that you actually stack this up a little bit, and then whenever the objective is up, he is just throwing spiders at the Immortals. So you can get a fair amount of damage out with it. We have seen this in the context of some tournaments that are restrictive, and we're talking drafts. Meta Madness comes to mind, some of the Banshee Cup matches, 1 or 2 games within the Murky Cup, things like that. But yeah, we'll very likely see a heavy focus on this, or at least we should, The stacking for Asmodaan is honestly... Oh, Melgan is also getting killed. The subs are coming into game number 2 with a bit of an aggressive streak. What I wanted to say about Asmodaan is that he's in a bit of a weird spot. Normally, when you are playing Asmodaan, you don't want him to be on the solo lane. Plays like this is barely gonna give him any stacks, so this is in a really shitty spot. This is actually something that has been triggering me for years now, because I've been casting so many games of A, people that know how to play Asmodaan and talked about what they're doing well, or people that don't know how to play Asmodaan and that they're just screwing the stacking up at the beginning and then explained how you should do it instead. And I kind of thought that at least when we're talking about Heroes Launch, a lot of the guys would watch, you know, some of the videos and then adjust some of their plays, but it just never happens. And then whenever I see an Asmodaan on the lower levels, they are never getting any stacks together, they have 0 impact, and it's already a pretty meh hero to begin with. But yeah, at least when you play him, try to get the maximum, you know, try to unleash the potential, as mediocre as it might be for a game like this. Now, some kills are getting exchanged. The ganking is Asmodaan at the top. Vala went down here. First Immortal is up. And that's when now we're going to see some action. But Asmodaan being down to only 28 stacks is a bit weird. Normally you want another hero to help you out at the beginning. If you can't do that, then at least you have to be really diligent about which minions in a wave you attack with your auto attacks. You normally want to focus on ranged minions and really be stingy with your Orbs of Annihilation before you throw one out to get those stacks together. So, yeah, well, with that, we're now having... oh, the hot jump on Asmodaan again. Yeah, but he gets saved for a moment. Low, and it's Mal'Ganis that dies. Died for a good cause. Another quick hit by Asmodaan, at least attempted to, and he gets a few together now that he's able to hit some of the heroes here. But they are still losing ground, and with 4 kills to 1, we're now talking straight away Immortal for the subs. At least halftime show. They're winning that fairly easily. We got 11 stacks now for Vala. Nothing insane, but again, you're working on it. Obviously, the synergy on level 7 is what really matters the most. So once that we're heading into Immortal number 2, this is going to play more of a role. We have a bit of a defense play here. Nobody's attacking the Immortal over here. At least Zebo should throw a couple of spiders out. But they're putting ETC to sleep. He still had a power slide cooldown ready and is able to easily get away here. Another quick hit from Asmodaan. He's now at 68 stacks. Nazebo finds himself on 19. It's one of the reasons, by the way, why he doesn't see too much play on this map. Is it's a 2-lane map, which automatically means you're going to have a very hard time to stack your baseline. While Infection, therefore, not the best option for him. Oftentimes we just see an upgraded Gary the Gargantuan on level 20 instead of Violent Infection, because you're having troubles getting to the stacks threshold that you need to activate it. Now, level 7 is in. That gives us... what? Nope. Frost shot? Excuse me? What? Did Vala just fat finger a hotkey combo, or what's going on here? Frost shot on level 7 after starting with an arrow build and playing on Battlefield of Eternity? I mean, she gets a kill against Junkrat, so congratulations, but what the hell is that level 7 talent? What just happened here? Vala went for an arrow build, and then she decided to take Frost shot on level 7? Yeah, kiss your immortal value goodbye. Now, they got the first Immortal, and they're currently looking pretty alright with 6 kills to 1. Keep in mind, even in game number 1, they had the lead in kills. They were just never able to do anything with it. But Vala going into Frost Shot, that is a very wild choice. That's nuts. On Battlefield of Eternity with that build, and then she goes Frost Shot. I mean, clearly to get the extra damage output here, but boy, that is not what you should do here. There's a reason why even on the top level we're seeing Monster Hunter being played on this map. Now the Immortal is still doing a decent amount of damage, and to be fair to the blue team, they are already pulling heavily ahead when it comes to experience and, well, position on the map too. Asmodaan with 100 stacks now is attempting to at least do some damage against the wall at the bottom of the map, has to face off against Chen in order to do so. But the early game is going very well for the blue team. So the Immortal is being taken out. Has even taken the tower down at the wall here. But yeah, well, this is gonna be interesting. The rotation, Asmodaan apparently did not catch that, so he's gone. Asmodaan eliminated, and here come the level 10 abilities. It's 7 kills to 1. This time they're doing way better capitalizing on these plays. We get keg plays, we get mosh pit. The only thing that I really don't want to see is ETC landing a great mosh and then Chen kegging everybody away. Vala with the Rain of Vengeance, and we get mind control. So, they try for Mal'Ganis. There's a slide, but there's no damage dealer in range that could actually help out with any of this. They're falling back quickly. Now, level 10 is only ready for one team, which means that if you are on the side of the donation squad, should really get away from this and not fight anything here just yet. You want to play very defensive, which they're now starting to do, but you don't want to move too far out or you're very likely going to run into some trouble quickly. So Azmodan is still stacking. He has actually now on level 7 started to go into the Master of Destruction. It always helps you to take down minion waves, and it makes it a lot easier for you to stack your quests, baseline, level 1 quest. So he's probably going to start working a lot around that when it comes to his minion wave presence and attempt to boost that up. Oh, baby! What a mosh, and it's a triple kill. ETC with a big play right there. Sets it up for Sylvanas, for Vala, and they're doing the big damage. I mean, damn son. That was perfect. The choke point nearly got 4. But this was glorious. Catches all of them. The follow-up from Stukov is there right away. And that's 10 kills to 1. And boy, oh boy, is the red team now in trouble. The next Immortal is now spawning. And we have a 2-level lead. More than a 2-level lead for the Sobs. And obviously, they're already doing damage here. They're trying again for a kill. They want to go for Pedro this time. And they're able to take Mal'Ganis out. So they're not immediately even sending anybody over towards the Immortal because they're just saying, hey, we can just siege up at the top and they get another kill! They take Nazib out! And he's dead too. Nazib is out and they are pushing for the keep with the help of Sylvanas. I mean, they could have just gone for the Immortal here, but they're seeing an opportunity and they're just applying pressure. Since level 10 isn't ready yet for the donation squad, they can do that, but keep in mind, once 10 kicks in, the red team has actually a chance to fight for the objective. And I'm not sure if they're going to get the keep either. They're going to damage it a lot, but taking it out might be a bit too much to ask. Yeah, a little whip into the corner from Oriel. There comes the trap and the hit, but it's not enough. Demonic Invasion for Azmodan. They're going to try and raise some structures down here. We get Aegis, we get, as expected, the Gargantuan. And now that the blue team wasn't able to take the keep out, they're rotating their way over towards the Immortal to start off with that. Damage-wise, 31,000 for Vala, 22,000 for Junkrat. And the attacks, they currently keep coming over here. So, one after another. Halftime show has not been reached for anyone yet. Nothing has happened around that. And, well, the lean experience is still there. So it's still a pretty significant experience lead that they currently have. But here comes the next big fight. So they're trying once again, this time for Junkrat, and he goes down. Please don't kill me, gets killed again. They want more. That's not the only kill that they're currently looking for. They are taking down Mal'Ganis too. So that is 2 kills now for the team. And another Immortal they're attacking. And honestly, they should be able to do a pretty decent amount of damage with this one. I would be shocked if they're not getting a massive shield on the Immortal again. From the looks of it, this is actually exactly what we're going to see here. Quick slide against Azmodan, and he doesn't make it. Azmodan is gone. So, yep, nice kills for them. And the situation is just getting better and better. This entire game so far was a dominant performance by the Sobs, as they clearly got a little bit mad with their loss in game number 1. And with 15 kills to 1, I mean, there's not a whole lot that's going to be done from the red team. They need a bit of a miracle. What they need is a big team wipe. Now, do they have the potential for that? I mean, they're running a triple damage dealer here. It's basically just a single melee, so a solo tank. There's not even a side laner for them, which is part of the problem, part of why we're actually seeing what we're seeing. They're using Azmodan as their side laner, but that means that you have a lot of potential siege push, minion wave clear, AoE, but you basically don't have a front line. It's only Mal'Ganis, and he's struggling as is. Nazeebo goes down again, Mal'Ganis does too. And, yeah, that is basically all she wrote there. The keep at the top has been damaged severely and could be taken out. They're moving to the bottom to assist the Immortal after the fort gets destroyed. Vala with that weird build. I mean, honestly, that build from start to finish is wild to me. I would love for this. I don't even know if this is going to get to 16, but I would love to see the level 60 talent choice because I don't really know what Vala is doing anymore. I think she's just having a dice nearby and rolls it every time that she unlocks another talent. It's like, what are we taking here? That level 7 talent certainly didn't make any sense. But with 41 stacks on a level 1, she is starting to work some nice 1-1-1 damage in with that as well. They are not taking any of the keeps out. I am a little bit weirded out why they're not pushing harder for this. I mean, the lack of Sylvanas after she got killed is probably something that troubles them. But, yeah. They're so far ahead that I don't worry about them too much. But honestly, there are a lot of games where if you don't take opportunities like this to take structures out, then you are going to get punished eventually. Because look at that keep. You can't tell me that you weren't able to take that keep out. Even just sacrificing one hero might have been worth it. And the one at the top is the same thing. So it's great for the red team. They are still in a spot where they can maybe even try and bring this back. They just gotta unleash, something. Starting to stack at least Asmodan a bit more would probably be nice. Look at the stacks on the Zebo, by the way. 29. You don't want to tell that to your family. They're going to be pretty disappointed with you. So, yeah, we'll see. I want to see that 16 in Vala, though. Here comes the pew 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 at the top. A little bit of space created. Nice! Mind control into a lurking arm. There's combos here. So 16 is in. And what is Vala gonna take? Is it gonna be Manticore? I don't think so. I think it's gonna be something else. We're gonna go for some kind of mage Vala, aren't we? He's a little bit shy. Hasn't picked anything yet. 13 talents. And we actually have Manticore. Alright. So there's at least a couple of meta talents in there. Vala, by the way, should still be top damage. Yep, she is. 44,000. They go for the core, and I think at this point, unless they're absolutely griefing here, they're going to tie up the series and bring us to game number 3 from the looks of it. 56%. They're actually falling back here. Even in 5 versus 4 with a 3-level lead and a talent advantage, they're not quite willing to attack. Maybe now with a potential kill. There's the slide, and it's a party! But the interrupt is in. Interrupt is in. Asmodan is most likely not going to make... Oh, Vala is taken out by the tower as it happens. Oriel gets kicked to death. And Mal'Ganis has fallen too. So now we're talking 4 versus 3 as Zebo comes back onto the map. Vala has died twice over here. I mean, are they going for the core? Doesn't seem like it. Sylvanas jumps back out. Ravenous Spirit is in. And with a heal from Stukov, Vala is fine. So down at the bottom of the map, they still had some damage against the fort, but yeah, time will tell how far they can go now with the next Immortal. Because let's be honest, if the Immortal is taken, it's over. Red team knows that too. They know that if they want to have a chance to somehow create a bit of a miracle situation and bring this back, they have to actually come in and attack this. And, yeah, I mean, win the Immortal and then do a massive amount of damage. They have theoretically a lot of push power when they unleash the ult on Asmodan again during the next fight. So they could take some structures out. If you just obliterate a few heroes and then use the death timers to your advantage, I mean, maybe you have a bit of a shot. But it's obviously very optimistic thinking on their part. But you always have to try. We've seen crazy comebacks. We've seen very crazy comebacks. So why wouldn't you give it a shot? But they have to win the objective first and use the Immortal here, and so far we're just not seeing that. 21 kills to 3 is already a massive, massive gap between the teams here. So currently the defense is on, but we have on the right side camps pushing towards the core. So we could once again look at Winian territory in that situation. Catapults are soon going to lock in on the core, and there comes another mind control against Mal'Ganis. Aegis saves him for a second. But can they keep him alive longer? Well, first it's that Zebo that has to ice block hard here. Pedro is still alive. I'm not quite sure what he was trying to hit there with the Orb of Annihilation. But they're getting a kill on Sylvanas, so that's already great. The problem is really that this is starting to become more and more of an issue too. And now with Mal'Ganis falling, that means that it's essentially, again, a 4 versus 4. So even numbers on the map, and it's only one team that goes for the Immortal. We're seeing the blue team, the Sobs, making their move over and grabbing another one. They haven't lost a single Immortal in the entire game so far. So they're making their plays here, they're making their moves, and it looks great. And I have to highlight again, we're 16 minutes in. Azmodan is only at 270 stacks and Nazeeb is at 43. That's just not enough. If you go for heroes that are scaling heavily into the late game and they want to rely on stacks, then you have to do a better job specifically in the early game in order to get the benefit from that. And specifically with Azmodan, that's just the thing. The faster you stack in the first few minutes of the game, the more you can accomplish in the mid and the late game. Even just wave control alone is big on that. So this is something where a lot of these teams really, really need to just rely a little bit more on Azmodan's strengths if they want to play him. I mean, again, oftentimes going for a different hero might just be your best choice here. But if you want to play him, then you have to at least pull that off properly. Yeah, like a little bit disconjuncted here on the ults. Yeah, now that Mal'Ganis is dead, it doesn't really look too good. Bit of a slap, and even the Riptide doesn't explode, so they are going to be pushed back once again. And the core is already falling, so yeah, we're going to game number 3. The Immortal is going to take this one on. 46,000 damage from Azmodan. And we're going to the final map between the subs and the Donation Squad here in Division 5, aka the Woodleague. GG. Match point! Okay, let's go! We got the subs against the Donation Squad. The Woodleague Warrior performance here. We get Vikings, actually. On that level, this is going to be interesting. Vikings on the level of Division 5 in Heroes Lounge should be quite the treat. Chrome Scale on Chen. We got Janitor on the Vikings. Sobmeister on Sylvanas. Cygnus is playing Stukov again. And for the third time in a row now, Sneziglan on ETC. So there are definitely, as you can see, a couple of personal preferences. I mean, essentially the entire lineup is the same they played on the previous map, with the exception of the Vikings. So instead of Vala, we're getting the Vikings. Over on the right side, the Donation Squad with Karazim, played by LGM. We got Slywalk on Malthael, Pedro on Garrosh, Please Don't Kill Me, this time on Greymane, and this on Leoric. Already triple frontline and Greymane for them. So very aggressive plays that they're having, and I like it a lot more that they are more melee heavy than they were on the previous game. And damn son, what a start into the game! ETC and Stukov go down as they're hoping to take a tower apart, I suppose. With Vikings, of course, you want to run a bit of a 4-man that is strong enough to do damage, but they ran into trouble right away. Fantastic rotation from the Donation Squad, calling that out early, jumping in and absolutely wrecking everything in their sights. So that's a quick double kill for them. And yeah, I like the early game aggression here. Getting the Vikings now too, with a quick cocktail play from Greymane. Down at the bottom of the map, Leo still needs to be a little bit cautious. Sylvanas, by the way, has gone into the Unfurling Shadows on level 1. And Leorki is activating his trade quickly. So Leorki trade gets activated, we're getting that, and still a couple of hits coming through in the meantime at the bottom against that wall with Sylvanas. They're pushing. The entire goal being Vikings soak the map. Sylvanas allows the team to push properly. That's the go-to, what they're trying to accomplish here. So yeah, that's the idea. And so far, at least, it's working for them. So right now, things are looking okay with the bot lane pressure. They obviously lost a couple of heroes earlier, but taking Leo out and nearly obliterating the entire wall is obviously good news. Vikings got a little bit lost over here. So yeah, Eric goes down. And in the middle, another cocktail kill. So, the Vikings are currently getting a bit farmed. We have level 4 slowly kicking into Earth Ally for Karazim. And I'm still having my eye also a bit on Sylvanas and how many stacks she's getting on her level 1, because this is going to play a pretty big role as the game continues. And to see, okay, what can she actually do with that? Pedro gets attacked and might fall, and does. So, Mariachi Garrosh is gone. That's 2 kills to 2. Two teams are stabilizing a bit. I want to have a worthy map 3 between them. That's honestly what I want to have here. Worthy game 3. So let's see if we're getting that. Up at the top, Vikings are still sitting tight in position on this, and it's up for the first seed. Camps obviously are now slowly being taken too. It's, by the way, one of the big differences that you're going to see here when you compare that to a game on a higher level. Normally when you're seeing any game on a top level, what you will have, instead of just these aggressive plays and the roaming, is that after the 1 minute mark has passed, you very, very quickly have the first camps being targeted. It's the map that has the most camps in the entire game. That means automatically Sylvanas gets killed by the tower shot that follows. Yeah, but with all the camps, it means if you grab the camps, if you're really diligent around getting those camps, it will allow you very quickly to get enormous amount of pressure on lanes, and that gives you just more opportunities in general. So only the red team is currently going for mercenary camps to that extent. They even stole a couple away from the opponent, so in the long run that would actually even help them. And they're continuing that trend, so they're going for camp after camp after camp, stealing it away wherever they can. That, on the other hand, could have even backfired, because they went in with 3. There's a lot of heroes around here. But Garrosh was anchoring the play a bit, so even some strategies coming into play here. I like you. The attack, level 7 talents are already available. ETC! He's dead. ETC is gone. And they hope that they can take Chen down too. And you know what? They might actually be able to pull it off. There's another slow. And he's gonzo. 6 kills to 2. As the donation squad is stopping to hand out donations here. Instead, they're asking for them. 6 kills to 2. Level 7 is in. And we're getting Intimidation. We have also Indomitable, so a couple of standard talents. Hopelessness with Drain Hope. Every single time that I see Hopelessness as a level 7 choice and all of those Drain Hope talents, I gotta say, I'm reminded of the Carbot video. If you don't know that, I guess go to YouTube and search for Carbot and Leoric. It's one of the best that they've done around Heroes of the Storm. So yeah, absolutely love that one. Now, 27 stacks for Sylvanas is where we're currently sitting. We have a 1 level lead for the donation squad. And they get another kill. Chen, no, this is panda abuse. No! And they take him down. Look at that guy here. Just checking that out, not even helping. Absolutely not interested. I'm not sure if the Viking strategy was really the best way to run this game. Top side, they're already losing hit points on the fort, and with a level behind, it's highly likely that level 10 kicks in for the donation squad a bit sooner. Now, look at the experience distribution here. Look at the mercenary difference. They have nearly 10 times the experience of the subs on mercenaries. And it's not only about the XP there, it's really also about the pressure that you apply on lanes. That's the 2nd seed for them, so 3 in total have already been on the map, and that 3rd one could be fought with a level 10 advantage. Another quick attack is already happening. Another jump, but no way. Can't go for Malthael here. Karazim also moved out. So that's still totally fine. 18 stacks for the Viking horde. So still working on those 2 Vikings at the top, trying to escort one of the few camps that they took out. But Karazim is now moving in. I'm actually not quite sure what they were hoping for here. I guess they are trying to get to level 10 and then also the first Garden Terrors. And that's a little bit deep just to kill a Viking. I am not sure that was worth it, dude. Karazim is gone! For a Viking kill. And now the flank comes in and takes down Greymane. Oh boy. And now it's level 10 versus level 10. If instead they would have just focused on the seed, they would now have Garden Terrors. So all of a sudden, with just those few kills, the subs are essentially back in experience range. And yeah, we got 7-sided strike, we got last rights. No big surprises when it comes to ults, honestly, this time. Very much down the meta lane, but I don't know what I like more. That he actually used it on a Viking or that he missed it. I mean, if he at least gets the kill, he gets the stack and then he just goes, you know what, worth it. But I don't know about that. Big mosh top, and there's the kill after Leo fell. It is Garrosh that gets taken out. The subs are back to business. Last rights on the Vikings, now the corner play with a follow-up from Stukov, and Malthael plus Greymane also go down. Insane plays over here, not the good kind this time. 8 kills to 7, and just like that, the donation squad threw the advantage away that they worked hard for in the early game. So this could this might well be the first set of Garden Terrors for the subs. from the looks of it. So, yeah, Vikings were trying to come back in with a quick ult. That was cut short. But now the attack against the Seed, and they have a 5 versus 5, level 13 talent soon. But they gotta interrupt this if they don't want to go up against Garden Towers now. And they're moving in. Here comes the Lurking Arm. 7-sided strike. They're already moving out. The taunt happens. And that's a kill against Dukov. Garrosh falls too. But the sustain is gone from the blue team. Here comes the channel. Malthael is also in a position where he could soon. I mean, again, he doesn't have a single stack or anything yet. But yeah, we're getting there. 13 to 12. But they have the objective. So it's a 4 versus 4. Counting the Vikings as 1 here. Sylvanas, by the way, 35 stacks. Went full on into that build and has only 35 stacks as her level 1. Yeah, not great. But Karazim starting to int the bit is also not really helping their cause. That's not the second time that he died. He got overconfident against the Vikings at the top lane, and now going into the mid lane like this, not really worth it. So he falls, gets destroyed here, and that definitely doesn't help anyone. So they are finding themselves in an awkward spot. Some forts will get destroyed here, so they're pushing at least here. Rotation is coming. Garrosh trying to cover them a little bit. Greymane might still fall. We should just let him die at this point. They can at least get Leo and Garrosh out. But that also means that there's not a lot of defense on other lanes. So potential push into the middle. Maybe a bit too late for that already. They have vision at the bottom of the map though, so they could actually take this out. With them pushing the bot lane, they could go for the middle and take the fort there. Now they're of course relying on Sylvanas to disable this, and they still want to take that out, which could happen. But now they're taking the fort in the middle, they're stealing another set of camps away, so they want to go for the Siege Giants. The lead in experience still goes to the blue team, and they're actually getting that trade. They move down to the bottom of the map, and they're getting the trade here against the 4. Take that quickly, and it's by now a 2-level lead that they're running. Viking control, they get the experience through that. If you take a look, you see Vikings on 19,000 XP, and Leo as a side laner for them is sitting at not even 9k. So this is how they made up a lot of the gap. And Karazim is dead again! Karazim is dead. The hero experience is also another huge factor between the two teams. Karazim has died 3 times already, same as Garrosh and Greymane, and the Sobs are just going hunting. Yeah, it's 12 kills to 8 now. In every single game, they have led in kills. Game number 1, it didn't help them. The Nation Squad took the victory. Game number 2, they absolutely rough stomped, and now the question is still who's going to take it over here. Slywalker, careful! He's dead. Yeah, the Angel of Death is dead once more. Couldn't take the fort out, was hoping to drop it but couldn't. And now they're up against an opponent that's level 16 talents. Gotta be honest, after that early game, I thought the red team would take charge a bit more throughout the game, but that hasn't happened. So now with level 16, we're also getting large and in charge, which means that we are looking once again at some stun combos potentially, initiated by the Vikings. And thanks to that level 16, I do not think that there's a way for the red team to prevent this next seed from being claimed by the Sobs. Which would then obviously lead straight... What is he doing? Which would lead immediately to Garden Terrace, but I don't even know... Like, what is Karazim trying to do? I mean, even if there's a minion wave, what are you going to do with that? Were they thinking that there's somebody at the bottom of the map that they can somehow kill? Like, LGM is so far out in some of these situations, I don't quite know what the play is that they're looking for. Now, they're burning down the Garden Tower quickly here. But at the top, a fort is going to be lost. Could well be, though, that the defense that we're seeing from the red team is going to be strong enough to maintain maybe in the middle. Then again, they're chasing Malthael. It's the Vikings that are trying to take him down alone. Slywalker was thinking maybe he's going for a stack, but didn't. But the push at the top, that's a bit more of a concern. So in the middle, yes, they might be able to keep the fort in play. But up at the top is a very different story, because there we're now seeing the keep getting attacked. And with 13 to 8 kills and a 2-level advantage plus talent lead, you could siege up on that very aggressively. Which they so far aren't really doing. But the Vikings are taking the time and space in the middle to put additional pressure onto the fort and try and take this one out. So, yeah, fort is about to get destroyed here. No, it's not quite there yet. Also more experience at the bottom of the map now thanks to Eric as he moved in. And Malthael dies at the top fight. We might even lose Garrosh again. Anyway, talking about Sylvanas, 36,000 damage. She's still top damage in the game, despite the limited amount of stacks that she has as a level 1. But now Chen's gone, so they're still trading a couple of blows and kills, which eventually leads to level 16 for the donation squad. So they are fighting on eye level now with the opponent when it comes to talents, at least. That's something. Both teams have 0 seeds now. It's another good news, but bridging that experience gap is going to be more than a bit difficult. It would be nice if they could get some kills here, but instead it's Karazim that frontlines it a bit too hard, dies for the 4th time, and now holds the position as the hero on the red team that has died the most. In the game, actually. In the entire game. So, down at the bottom of the map, catapults are being escorted in. And this is turning more and more into the blue team absolutely dominating and really pinning down the donation squad in their base. Another slide. Leo, careful on Garrosh. But they don't have another cooldown ready to take him on. They can take the keep though. So the keep is eliminated. First one in the game. Still a 2.5 level lead for the Sobs. 50 stacks now on the Viking Horde, so that's also making things a lot... These Vikings, they have been a little bit cowardly, I gotta say. They're hiding a lot. Earlier we saw Olaf actually just sitting in the mid lane and rubbing his belly a bit as one of his allies gets killed in front of him. But now they're just waiting for the objective, trying to take that one out, so not a lot of fight participation by them. But there's another attack, and it's the end of Malthael. Malthael dying and Garrosh also getting murdered. Yeah, that should cost them another keep now. That's 40 seconds where you're playing a 3 versus 5 and they're already right down at the bottom gate. So this is like the perfect opportunity to get easy damage in if the rest of the team follows up on it too. Not even to mention that they have level 20, which allows them to get the untapped potential. We have Fury of the Storm getting the top off and Bolt of the Storm here. Sylvanas could still make the choice here, started things off with the Wailing Arrow. Usually it's a Bolt of the Storm follow-up, so going straight for Blink. In this case might be a little bit different, but they have a perfect opportunity to just come in and take down the bottom keep, which marks then the second keep that gets destroyed on the red team side. So they're looking great. They're looking really, really strong here. For the red team, it's just about desperate attempts at survival and getting to 20, but it's a... Yeah, it's actually the reverse situation of what we observed in game number 1 when you think about it. 17 kills to 9, 30,000 damage from Malthael. He's the top damage dealer for the red team. Specifically, Greymane with 19,000 is a bit underperforming here. Even Karazim has more than him. Vikings are pushing on all sides now, already 4 core. They're 15 minutes in, so catapults are not hitting that hard yet. And they're going to deal with this too. But the rest of the team is engaged in the fight at the top, and I don't think they should. They don't have level 20. There's no level 20, and they have way more problems than that. A mosh pit followed up by a Wailing Arrow. That's the end of Karazim. Died for the 5th time, same as Garrosh. They're going for Greymane. That's a triple kill. And honestly, that's kind of the moment when you're not even bothering with the objective anymore, and you're just going straight for the core. You have a 40-second window to end the game. So they go to take the seat still, but then the next move is a march through the top lane in an attempt to end this. Can they take that out? 20 kills, 210. And it's not a rhetorical question. At this point, when we're talking Division 5, crazier things have happened than a core defense here. Gotta get those kills in first, right? So they're starting to go for Chen. Malthael is there too. Sorry, they went for Leoric, not Chen. Chen is actually one of the few that is starting to make some work here. But they take the core out slowly, steadily. A couple of the heroes will be back, but a simple right click at this point guarantees you victory. And the Sobs, ladies and gentlemen, they're pulling it off. They take the series with a 2-1 victory against the Donation Squad in the best of 3. GG, well played.